Here comes another heavyweight new product. Double texture matcha chocolate cake roll. Putting aside this very delicious matcha cake roll, just its filling is made with a combination of chocolate cream and matcha ganache cream, and it's not mixed together. The aim is to create its double texture. I strongly recommend you all make this cake roll. When you eat it, both creams melt in your mouth. Plus, the slight bitterness of the matcha is simply a battle of the gods. Recently, the weather has started to warm up. After separating the egg whites, freeze them for about 10 minutes. Use this time to prepare the egg yolk batter. 46 grams of hot corn oil should be mixed with 9 grams of matcha powder at a temperature above 60 degrees. Mix in 65 grams of milk to emulsify. The final consistency should be slightly thick. 54 grams of cake flour needs to be sifted. In the process of mixing roughly, you'll notice, oh, why is this batter so dry? Don't worry. We still need to add 86 grams of egg yolks. You just need to ensure the final mixed state is a smooth dropping consistency. If it's still leaning towards, you can add a little milk to adjust. Actually, there haven't been many updates on cake rolls recently. Just on this cake roll, we did more than a dozen rounds of research. Only then did we finalize the flavor. So it's still very sturdy. We can definitely present this tutorial well. Add 60 grams of granulated sugar all at once to 162 grams of egg whites. Here, we'll whip it in stages. First, whip on high speed until the meringue starts to show patterns. Then switch to medium speed. Whip until the patterns on the meringue become clear. Finally, turn to low speed to tidy up the meringue. Mix with the egg yolk batter. The mixing speed must be fast. It's very convenient to mix with an egg whisk. Just saying. In the end, there will be some spots at the bottom of the bowl that are not fully mixed. We need to use a spatula to scrape the bottom and fold it a bit. If you keep folding for a long time here, it will cause deflation in the cake roll. The cake roll after deflation will not rise properly. There will be all sorts of issues like rough air pockets. Like my meringue is whipped a bit too stiff. When poured into the baking tray, its flow will be slightly worse. You need to use a spatula to push it to the four corners. Then, use a scraper to smooth the surface. The oven has been preheated. Today, I'm using the Chandi Cat Xiaoyi Pro. Bake at 155 degrees with both top and bottom heat for 35 minutes. Many students say that my cake roll has cracked. Is it because the meringue was whipped too stiff? Actually, that's not the case. A big part of the reason has to do with your baking temperature. Time is a factor. There's still another part. It's related to your mold. You can take a look. In each of my cake roll tutorials, the whip state is relatively firm. The resulting cake rolls won't crack, nor will they lose their skin. The towel-like surface is also very good. In fact, today's cake roll actually needs to lose its skin. The result is that I left it covered on the table until it cooled completely, and it still didn't lose its skin. I'm really having a hard time. I can only use my hands to gently peel off the surface, and gently scrape it off. Now, let's prepare the matcha ganache cream. Melt 23 grams of white chocolate over a water bath. Add 3 grams of matcha powder. Make sure to mix until there are no lumps of matcha powder. In fact, this process is quite easy to mix well. For store-bought, we aim for a more stable cream. This step is indeed necessary. Heat 30 grams of light cream until it just starts to simmer at the edges. Then add 1 gram of softened gelatin and mix well. Then add 4 grams of butter. If making it at home, you can skip the gelatin step. Then the simple operation is to heat and mix the chocolate matcha powder and light cream together. Then add the butter. After that, mix them with 95 grams of cream and refrigerate until completely cooled. Then start whipping. White chocolate has sweetness, so there's no need to add granulated sugar. In this ratio, it will highlight the matcha flavor very well. For the plain chocolate cream, the same method is used. I won't repeat it here. The recipe is at the end of the video. Everyone remember to take a screenshot to save it. Many students have also reported that the color of matcha desserts turns unsightly after baking. This is related to the quality of your matcha powder. Good quality matcha powder. Essential, it looks better when baked. Moreover, the layers of flavor and texture will be richer. We're making this for ourselves. Don't skimp on this ingredient. Look at this cake roll. I'm inverting it onto a surface. Steaming it won't remove the skin. Here's the solution. Shorten the baking time by 2 to 3 minutes. or lower the top heat temperature slightly. Those who prefer a smooth seam at the bottom can make a diagonal cut. The O-shaped roll method shared this time is very easy to follow. You don't need to spread cream. You also don't need to stack. Squeeze in 2 colors of cream equally. Then just lift the parchment paper. Of course, the O-shaped roll also uses the most cream. If the cream is whipped properly, 300 grams should be enough. If the whipping expansion ratio is low, it may require up to 350 grams of cream. The state of the cream will depend on your own control. After all, this is about the cost. It's all in your hands. Ingredients like cream and chocolate are all rising in prices now. They have been increasing in price continuously. With this little tool, it helps to make the cake roll rounder. If you don't have it, you can also use a chip box to make one. This method is definitely easier than many difficulties. Roll the end section to the bottom. Then refrigerate for 3 hours to set. As for the size, we usually go for 28 by 28. Cut the cake roll on the baking tray into 7 strips. This ensures that each roll has the same thickness. For pairing, you can sprinkle a bit of matcha powder. The texture will be better when it comes to making. The weather is hot now, so whipping the cream requires air conditioning. Or you can sit it in a basin of ice. This ensures that the cream is whipped enough. Otherwise, the whole cake roll will turn out mushy. It will have some impact, after all. I specifically made 2 trays of this cake roll today. A plate was sliced and then frozen. It will be finished over a few days. Just thinking about having food in the fridge. Every day becomes happier. Happiness, of course, comes from enjoying good food every day. Click on my profile picture. There are many practical baking tutorials waiting for you to check out.